though everyone most remembers George, Zippy and Bungle, and whatever the latter two got up to in the jungle. Rainbow's real talent lay in Rod, Jane and Freddy. Kids TV's most enduring musicians, they were a constant presence on our screens throughout the 80s, with an extraordinary back catalogue of over 2,500 songs. But the classic lineup of Rod Burton, Jane Tucker and Freddie Marks took a little while to settle on. The group originally performed under the name Rod, Matt and Jane, with Matt better known as Sooty's dad, Matthew Corbett, which is like discovering Keith Richards started out in the Beatles. When his father Harry Corbett retired in 1976, Matthew inherited the Sooty Show, leading to a rebranded Rod, Jane and Roger, with actor Roger Walker taking Matthew's slot. 4 years later, Roger would leave to pursue his acting career, eventually landing the role of Bunny in ill-fated BBC soap El Dorado.
This is my wife, Fizz.
All right.
It's with Roger's departure and the arrival of Freddy, they finally hit on the magic formula. Though each incarnation plied their trade on Rainbow, it wasn't until 1981 the threesome span off into their own series. Threesome's perhaps an apposite word, if urban legend is to be believed. Those same tedious nostalgia banter lads who told you the magic roundabout were all on drugs, or that Captain Pugwash had a cabin boy called Seaman Guzzler, were convinced the second the cameras stopped rolling, Rod, Jane and Freddy were all at it.
If you can do it once, you can do it again.
This sense of them as the original throuple probably wasn't helped by the infamous Rude Rainbow clip.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Fine. We could hear you all banging away. Banging can be fun.
Yes, and I was banging away all last night with Rod and Roger.
Yes, but it broke my plucking instrument. Oh, well, never mind, Roger.
Though not tawdry, in truth it was a little tangled, as Jane had been married to Rod before divorcing in 1979 and began a relationship with Freddy in 85, eventually marrying in 2016. They even joked about the rumours on a clip show.
Weren't you in the paper some time ago? Wasn't there some expose? And you know, do you all live together? And we went, yeah, of course we do. With all the best will in the world, it was very difficult to make a ménage à trois out of something that didn't exist. Although Rod and I were thinking of running away together to Brazil. Very.
So let's take a look at the Rod, Jane and Freddy show. Control yourselves! There are children watching. A mixture of sketch comedy, music and dance, mime, clowning and sexual tension, episodes were 15 minutes apiece, with each week working round a theme.
Every day can be just like a dream when you live in the land of games.
My name is Professor Riddle. And it's a funny thing that that should be my name because, for as long as I can remember, I've always enjoyed a jolly good riddle.
Same, especially when you're waking up from a really cold night.
What has 4 legs, 4 legs, and 4 feet?
Is it? Those early fleshlights were a little unforgiving.
A wooden bottom.
Looks like Jeffrey Dahmer's pantry. But what's special about RJ and F is the way they seamlessly jump from simplistic episodes, clad in dungarees and pushing blocks round a bare stage, to full-on Baroque theatre, evoking the nuttier parts of Eurovision.
Good morning, Mr. Sun!
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you.
This wouldn't be out of place on trippy 70s Broadway.
I've always got friendly face, lots of heat to warm the place.
Mr. Mr. Sun!
Meanwhile, Mr. Cloud looks like Derek Acora singing to us from heaven.
I go wherever I want to, sailing over the sky.
And as for this,
Let the rain fall down on your head. Let the rain fall down. That's what I said.
You know something, Beverly Brothers? You're in for a lot of pain.
an episode about funny noises has a similarly ethereal opening. A CITV Midsummer Night's Dream.
I can hear whispers. Can you hear whispers? Well, if it isn't a little people, what could it be? No, it's none of these things. It is the little people.
And they're not afraid to go goth.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and everything's quiet.
I tell you what, Warner's could do worse than sticking this as the theme for the next Batman movie.
I do the bat rap every night. The bat rap, it's out of sight.
When anyone's talking to me, I'm never really listening. But now I finally have a flawless visual representation of what's actually going on in my head. When it comes to their comedy, this wouldn't be out of place in any of the era's sketch shows.
It doesn't matter to me if you're far away. Thinking about you.
Well, this is pure Alan Bennett.
They say it's raining cats and dogs. They haven't any proof. If it were raining cats and dogs, they'd all come through the roof.
They even do impressions. Look, it's Mike Reed taking calls on Saturday Superstore.
They've all got peculiar names.
Not just master comedians, Rod, Jane and Freddy had a foot in every musical genre. Heavy metal.
When you see the other side of me, you'll be as wet as you can be.
Rap.
Put together what you got. You may say not a lot.
Yacht rock. Country.
In and out the farmyard, rolling in the hay.
Electronica.
When you're not looking, you never guess that the toys you play with make a mess. We're modern toys, we're modern girls and boys.
Dylan-esque socio-political folk.
I watch the people passing by. They all look sad, I wonder why. Off to work in the rain. If they miss the bus, they'll be late again.
Military band.
It's a bright life, don't be grey. Show them all you've got a bit of style.
Swinging jazz.
The mouse got the cheese, the cat got the mouse. No more mice in the house, oh no. There's no more mice about.
Their true strength was an intelligent approach to topics meant for very small children. More abstract, more encompassing than the usual shows, and playing like mini concept albums. Regard an episode about emotions, which begins with Rod receiving a letter from an old friend.
Oh dear. It's funny, isn't it? You know, you never know how much you're going to miss someone till you can't see them. Oh, I bet they're lonely. I should have written. You know, it's not easy to tell someone that you love them and you miss them.
Most kids' telly would have done one song about being happy and another about being sad. But here they teach emotions as a grey area, fragile and ever-changing.
Oh, why are you sitting in the dark? Are you all right?
I'm sad. I'm lonely. I'm depressed.
Join the club, mate.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Even a little squeak from Jane can't undercut the power of the piece.
Oh, what's wrong?
Nobody loves me.
Well, I do. I love you. You're my special friend. It's nice to have friends like you. Faithful old friends like you. Oh, what's...
That's what Billy's always doing, having a good sniff.
It was the 80s. No, don't be silly. Billy's a dog. A dog with an arse on his head. Perhaps my personal favourite is an episode simply entitled London Town, which is a highly realistic depiction of contemporary 80s London. Well, 1880s.
London Town. I was born here. I lived my whole life here. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Well, all my mates live here. I walk round the corner, I bump into someone I know. Hello, Charlie. You all right? Lovely people. Well, it's not that we're, well, rich or anything. It's just that we're, well, yeah, cheerful, I suppose you'd call it. Yeah, cheerful. You have a good day, you have a good laugh. You have a bad day, you have a bit of a laugh.
This is your enduring tale of Cockney hardship, stitched up like a kipper, down on your bleeding luck.
Ah, Rosie. She don't have many good days. She never had much luck, I suppose. We all like her. And to tell you the truth, we keep an eye on her, if you know what I mean.
I think I do. Though I'm a beach yokel, personally unfamiliar with the bustle of the big city, I imagine this captures it perfectly.
I'm cold and I'm lonely in London town.
If you really try, you can chase those cares away. Put a smile on your face.
Put a smile on your face.
Show you're a winner every day.
Oh, there we go. I want you to put them on there. What?
What?
Londoners, this is basically your average day, right?
We all work here in the marketplace, out in the open air. There's lots of lovely things to buy, barrows everywhere. So roll up, here's the reason why. We've got lots of things to sell if you've got lots to buy.
This bit's exactly how people imagined their hotel room after a show.
Oh, you two! We're going to get my hands on you! Oh.
Despite their theatrical backgrounds, they had a deep understanding of the working class, as seen in an episode entitled The Street, playing some cheery workmen.
If the road needs mending, we're the ones to call. We'll pop around in no time at all. When you're using a drill, you can never keep still. When you're drilling away.
Come on, we need a cup of tea after all that. Parched, I am. Oh, dear me.
But you never knew where they were going to take you. It could be somewhere exciting, somewhere scary.
Hey, look out behind you!
What? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Lord Chimpy, and this is Nana.
Down in the jungle,
Down in the jungle,
where the monkeys play.
where the monkeys play.
Or somewhere just...
When the sun goes down at the end of the day, that's when the wildcats like to play.
This better not awaken anything in me.
Perhaps inevitably, in their role as cheerfully trusted educators, the trio would release a stranger danger video, the 35-minute Say No to Strangers. They joined a select group, including a public information film and Rowdy Roddy Piper's fitness/pedo warning tape.
First thing you do is go, "That's not my dad! That's not my dad!" You say it, I'm coming.
That's not my dad!
Just one word. That's the most important thing you've ever heard.
I shouldn't be too disingenuous about a video that's literally aimed at stopping children from being murdered, but all these videos have that catch-22 of telling kids to say no, yet unable to lay out what it is they're saying no to. And so the audience are battered with the lesson that, whatever happens, you must say no. An old man in the gutter with a heart attack. "Son, can you get me some help?"
You gotta say no, no, no.
"I'm blind. Are there any cars coming?" I've not had this many no's since I auditioned with my one-man street dance act on Britain's Got Talent. Essentially, this is my brain when I'm laying awake at 3 AM, asking myself, am I a good person? Will I ever succeed? Will I ever find a wife?
There may be danger.
Freddy's really embracing the David Essex look here, while the studio they filmed in is empty and echoey.
We got some special friends here today.
And we've all got together because we've got to tell you something very important.
Oh god, it's not my test results, is it? Knob, knob, rot. You have got knob, knob, rot. They've been joined, as is a legal requirement in these sort of tapes, by an assortment of puppets. 3 little pigs, with a cool one in a leather jacket, so a pig in a cow's skin, and a wolf dressed like George Galloway.
Oh, thank you all so much.
First, a freestyle rap battle.
If someone says, "How about a sweet?"
Say no! Say no!
If someone says, "Can I see your feet?"
Say no! Say no!
Alright, let's get down to it.
Why don't you get your mummy and your daddy, or whoever's looking after you, to watch this with you?
Oi, Mum, come in here a minute, will ya? They actually do a really good job with saying it while not saying it.
You've got to show everybody at home that some people seem to be nice, but secretly...
They're bad. Oh, I see, Jane.
Some people are not what they seem.
And the wolf is a surprisingly real-feeling villain.
I think I'll sit here nice and quiet. Oh, and have my fizzy drink.
Oh, this must be my lucky day. I'll have to pretend to be very, very nice. Lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like it here. I sometimes sit here for hours.
You sometimes what?
I sometimes sit here for hours.
Well, I guess you are a pig. Wolfie's attempts to lure them away are increasingly disturbing, ramping up from sweet talk to outright attempted kidnapping, as he's repeatedly thwarted with no's.
You'll be quite safe with me, don't you worry. You'd better come with me.
No, no.
Look, it's a little piggy wig, and she's all alone. Quiet! No, don't tell teacher!
Miss Smith!
Please,
Miss
shut up!
Smith,
Quiet,
help!
please!
Miss Smith,
No, don't
help!
do it! Oh dear. What am I going to do?
As a Brit, the final skit, with a child lost at the shops, is particularly sinister.
It might be just the chance I've been waiting for. They'll probably think that that little piggy belongs to me. Look, if you don't come with me, you'll never find your mum and daddy.
No, go away. I don't want to go with you. I don't like you.
Oh no! He's speaking to that policeman over there.
And the no's aren't just a good rule for strangers, but also for people you associate with, who are trying to get you to socialise.
If someone offers you a ride in their car, say no.
If someone offers to take you somewhere,
Say no.
There may be danger.
Back to the regular series, their entire brand is pretty light and cheerful, but then there's something like The Man with No Shadow, which verges on minimalist German expressionism.
Oh, Mr. Shadow, you follow me around.
This is the tale of an outsider, a man so embarrassed and ashamed at his lack of shadow, he pushes everyone else away.
It's all right for them. They've got beautiful shadows, but me, look.
And we thought you might like to come with us, that's all.
I don't want to. I don't want to go anywhere. Why don't you leave me alone?
Good lad.
if someone offers to take you somewhere,
say no.
I have to say, I've never identified with a character this strongly before.
I won't go out if the sun's too bright. I'll just stay home where I'm out of sight. What can I do? Where can I go if I don't want anyone else to know that I live my life in a funny old way? Can't think of anything else to say, but...
Eventually he paints a shadow on the ground just to fit in, and it comes to life.
I don't understand. Where are we going?
Follow me.
That's a nice big vase. Oh.
Where am I?
You are in the land of shadows.
Listen carefully.
You haven't got a shadow.
You haven't got a friend, so don't pretend that anybody can.
I think these are the shadow people paranormal podcasts always go on about. Slender Man will be out to do a song next. But we can't talk about Rod, Jane and Freddy without acknowledging some of the absolute bangers in their catalogue. Give them a topic and they'll make a dance floor filler out of it. I mean any topic. Sad dogs.
Go and ask the chickens, maybe they'll know what to do. Billy's little paw had turned a nasty shade of blue.
Farmer's little daughter found poor Billy lying there. Nobody could help him, the chickens didn't care.
A missing jigsaw piece.
When the moon lights in the dark night, we will appear to find the pieces of the puzzles that always disappear.
Listen to that bass line. Pure Cliff Burton.
Magic, puzzles, games you like to play.
However, nothing can touch the incredible Wildcats.
Wildcats, hear us singing. Wildcats, when the moon is bright.
It sounds like something Patrick Bateman fucks to. Though they went off our screens 30-odd years ago, Rod, Jane and Freddy continued touring into the mid-90s and were still appearing in pantos well into the 21st century. Just before the 2016 American election, Jane Tucker would quietly release a track on her YouTube channel, tucked away with just over 600 views, as an ode to the outgoing president, simply titled Mr. Obama.
Mr. Obama, we're gonna miss you. Who can replace you now? No one can touch you. There's been so much you have done.
Freddie Marks sadly died in May of 2021. But along with his partners, he leaves a phenomenal legacy and back catalogue. If anyone's due a reappraisal in these nostalgia-hungry times, who better than the ABBA of children's television?
Oh, you've got to have a laugh, haven't you, eh? Yeah, cheer people up when they're down in the dumps.
Yeah. And if you were down in the dumps, I hope we cheered you up and all.
Yeah. Ta-da, everyone! Ta-da! Put a smile on your face.
Put a smile on your face.
Show your